What's up, everybody? Ron Harris here, MD Online Editor. Coverage of the 2022 Chicago Pro brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. So we just finished up judging for day one of the Chicago Pro. This is a two-day event, 2 days. Day one is women's physique, wellness, figure, men's physique, classic physique, and 212 bodybuilding. Finals are going to start at 5:30 Central Time in a few hours. Tomorrow, because I know everyone's going to be asking, they'll continue to ask, fitness, women's bodybuilding, bikini, masters bodybuilding, and open men. So open men are not today, guys. It's tomorrow. Please don't ask me what time, because the time is based on when the other divisions finish. So I'm going to run through the divisions today, how the judging went, starting with women's physique. I saw it coming down to two women, Ashley Jones from Cedar Park, Texas, and Natalie Ray Wolf from South Haven, Michigan. Ashley, I liked her shape and structure a little bit better for sure. Natalie was a little bit on the taller, lankier side, but my goodness, was this woman shredded. Talk about muscle quality, muscle maturity, detail. You could see every fiber in this woman. She was just peeled out of her mind. And I know, women's physique isn't supposed to be about totally extreme condition, but when you see extreme condition like that, it's really tough not to be wowed by it and to reward it. So I think Natalie Ray Wolf, that's my quick pick for who's probably going to win women's physique tonight in a few hours. Moving on to wellness, one of the newer divisions. Top two were Jasmine Payne from District Heights, Maryland, and Isamara Santos from, you guessed it, Brazil. I thought they were pretty evenly matched. If you had to push me for a winner, I'd probably go with Jasmine. But, I'm still trying to figure out how to judge wellness. I'm not quite there yet. Pro figure. Okay, so this definitely came down to two women out of numbers 93 to 110. I'm doing great right here. So figure came down to Julia Champlin from LaGrange, Illinois, and Anita Davis from Atlanta, Georgia. They both look phenomenal. I would hate to be a judge in bikini or figure because they all look so fantastic. Men's physique, looking at the score sheet, I thought it was going to be a slam dunk just based on what he's done in the past. Jeremy Potvin from Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Jeremy has been way up high at the Olympia and the Arnold Classic several times in the past. I think he's looking to transition to classic physique. He's definitely much bigger than I remember. I don't know if he's going to be too big, because this should have been an easy win, but the way they were shuffling around with two other gentlemen, Charjo Grant from Fairfax, Virginia, and Nick Koeu, K-O-E-U, from Las Vegas. Honestly, I think it could go to any three of those gentlemen. They all look fantastic. Jeremy, I just wonder if he's starting to get too big. This division, men's physique, if you look at how they look, how the men, the size, the mass level on these guys when the division started almost 10 years ago now, or it's been 10 years, I think. These guys are way bigger now than they used to be, way bigger. And that's a progression with almost every division. They just seem to creep up bigger and bigger from year to year. But man, Charjo Grant, I never heard of him before today. He looked fantastic. And this Nick Koeu, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, Nick. It's Nick, and he's from Las Vegas, and he looked great. So let's move on. Classic physique. So when I was looking at this list, I didn't know any of these guys. So it's number 32 to 41. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There were 10 of them. Never heard of any of them, so I didn't know what to expect. So two guys immediately stood out. One was Tommy Clark from Houston, Texas, who had just won the Atlanta Pro Show. No disrespect to the guys on stage, they're all doing their best. It's honestly depressing the week line. Yeah, Mark, I think the lineups, they're getting a little diluted because there's so many shows. There's a show every weekend, or 2 or 3 shows every weekend, pro shows. When you have that many pro shows, you can't have the best at every single show. We think Brazilian 212, we're going to get there. 212 is next, don't worry. That's the last division we're going to talk about. So Tommy Clark looked really good. Beautiful structure and shape. He was shredded. And so did this Jonathan T. Pelkey from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Never heard of him. Structure isn't shaped, not quite as pretty, but man, he had really great muscle density. He was even leaner, a little bit leaner than Tommy, I thought. Drier. He just had that really grainy, dry look to him, which again, classic physique's not supposed to be about, but they always say that. We're not looking for extreme condition, but when someone shows up in that extreme condition, they end up getting rewarded. So Tommy Clark or Jonathan Pelkey tonight, I don't know which way it's going to go, but they're both, I could flip a coin. They're that good. Let's get to the big boys of today, the bodybuilders, the 212 bodybuilders. So looking at the lineup, it was supposed to be, on paper, this should be an easy win for Dietrich Bo Lewis from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. He's a New York pro champ. He's been to the Olympia. Second place to the late George Peterson in Tampa a couple years back. Bo is very, very good. I think this is close to the best I've seen him. I wonder, people were remarking about his legs. His legs do look a tiny bit smaller than what I recall. And I don't know if it's because maybe his upper body got a little bit bigger. But Bo Lewis definitely in the running. And the guy who was pushing him the hardest was Peter Costello from New York City, New York. Now, Peter, I praised him, highly a couple times because his upper body is just fantastic. Shoulders are so wide, waist is so narrow. It's like a bigger version of a men's physique upper body. Just crazy V-taper, great arms, shoulders, chest, back. I was critical of his legs, but they do seem to be getting better. And you know what? Bo's legs aren't phenomenal anyway, so it's very, very close between these two guys, Peter Costello and Dietrich Bo Lewis. Think about Michael Creso. Well, we're talking about the Chicago Pro now, Hustler, so maybe we'll get to Michael Creso in a minute, but let me finish up Chicago Pro talk. So the first call-out was those two gentlemen, Peter Costello and Dietrich Bo Lewis. Also from Brazil, Fabrício de Souza Moreira and Derek Austin from Tampa. Fabrício I never heard of before, but man, he is thick. Short guy, I bet he's 5'2 or 5'3, but packed full of muscle. I thought he was holding a little bit of film of water, a little bit. He was so full, so dense, just the biggest guy up there, pound for pound, really. Certain shots you could just see so much mass on this guy. He has 83 kilograms. Igor, what's that in pounds? I'm in America. I don't know kilos because I'm a stupid American. But 83 times 2.2. I guess it's about 170 or 180. Yeah, because he's definitely not as tall as the other guys. But Sean Clarita, an Olympia 212 champ, 5'2" on a good day. Less than 180, yeah. He must be very short, Igor, because he looked huge. He was short. You could tell he was shorter than the other guys. But, man, this Fabrizio, he's no joke. Derek Austin from Tampa, love his shape. I thought he could have been a little tighter, and I say this every time with Derek because I want to see Derek win. I like Derek a lot as a person. We talk at the shows and everything. He's a cool guy, works so hard, and I want to see him win one of these. I don't think today's going to be that day. I think he could have come in sharper. Also think Derek needs to put on a little bit more mass to really push these guys and beat them because, looking at some things like his arms need to be a little bit bigger. Certain shots, they look bigger. Certain angles, they don't look as big. No open is tomorrow, Paul. So again, guys, this is a 2-day show. We did 6 divisions today. We did women's physique, wellness, figure, men's physique, classic, and 212 bodybuilding. Finals for that are at 5:30 Central Time. It is now 1:17 Central Time. And tomorrow is open bodybuilding. Tomorrow is women's fitness, women's bodybuilding, bikini, masters bodybuilding, and open men. Open, Antoine or Andrea Muzzi. Well, that's my top 2. That's my top 2 predictions for tomorrow. Antoine and Muzzi. I prefer Antoine's shape. I love Antoine's shape. Certain poses of his, like the front double bicep, just beautiful. It's like a bigger classic physique competitor. He's just got such crazy shape. Beautiful quads. He could have a little more chest, Antoine, a little more back thickness, but, in this lineup, I got to see him against Andrea Muzzi tomorrow. Because looking at the open list, those are the 2 front runners. As for Michael Creso, what's his full? That's his nickname, Crezan, it's a longer name. So Creso is in the U.S. Antoine deserves it. Yeah, Antoine came very close to winning Vancouver last weekend. Creso, phenomenal from the front. Front shots. What do you think about Tim Budesheim? Well, I haven't seen him yet. Let's talk about him tomorrow after we see him. Open is tomorrow, guys. Open is tomorrow. So judging tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow judging starts at 11:30, but the open men are going to be last out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions. Masters bodybuilding is actually broken up into like 3 or 4 divisions. So I don't think open men are going to go on judging tomorrow until I'd say like 2 o'clock, maybe later than that. And without any injuries would be a possible top 5 in the world. Yeah, Creso is in China. No, Creso is in Vegas. Last I heard. Thanks, Sean. Looking jacked, rooting for Tampa. Yeah, Creso was. He was in Long Island training at Bevan Steve's gym. So Steve Weinberg could take a look at him, give him some critiques. And then he was in Las Vegas. I think he's still there. He was at Dragon's Lair, Flex Lewis's gym yesterday. I saw some pictures posted. Milo Sarshev posted some posing videos. Think about Tim Budesheim in open class. Tim Kroger, well, we'll see tomorrow. I'd like to see the physique of Muzi getting rewarded. Yeah, Budesheim looks fantastic. I don't know how he's going to look next. I've never seen him next to Antoine or Muzi. We'll see how he stacks up tomorrow, but he's definitely going to be in that first call-out. Tim Budesheim has a fantastic physique. Really good. Again, I'm a big fan of that muscle quality with all the deep separation, striations, detail. How did Mike Lacombe look? What division was Mike in? He was in the 212? He didn't get first call out. He didn't get second call out. So I don't know. Tonio, yeah, that's tomorrow, Tonio. Yeah, sorry, I don't remember Michael. I'm sorry, Michael Lacombe. I pay attention the most to the first call out. Those are the top guys. I respect everybody. They all work so hard to be on that stage. But when you're doing contest coverage, you're focusing on the people that are going to place at the top 4, top 5, top 6. And your first call out is pretty much a good representation of your top 4 to 5. So your top 4 and 212 are going to be in no particular order because they were up there for a while. Bo Lewis, Fabrizio de Souza Moreira, Derek Oslin, and Peter Costello. Top 2, based on the final call out, is Bo Lewis and Costello. They were taken out of the lineup. See, they had the first call out was 4 guys, and then they took out Peter and Bo and brought in 2 more guys, which that is an excellent indication that your top 2 are Peter and Dektrick. So tonight, they do a confirmation round in the IFBB Pro League now, which is basically they judge them all over again. So we could see things change. We could see somebody tighten up. We could see somebody spill over. Thanks, Ron. Best regards from Munich. Oh, you're welcome. I only know it's the Dunke Shane. What do you say? Beta is you're welcome. Dunke, Beta. Jeremy Potvin deserves it. Yeah, Jeremy looked really good. How did Michael Schneider in 212? Yeah, he's small. He is small. He just needs more size. He had nice shape and he was in condition. He was too small. I want the best bodybuilder to win. Hope it's Antoine. 212 is over, Daniel. Well, the finals for 212 are going to be tonight. But like I said, it's not, a certain time for women's physique, a certain time for wellness. They just run all the divisions together. I'm guessing they're going to run the order exactly the same. So at 5:30, it's going to go finals for women's physique, wellness, figure, men's physique, classic, and 212. 6 divisions. So 5:30, I think it's probably going to go, my best estimate, I bet it'll be over around 9 p.m. Central Time. I thought the 212 would not be good, but I was surprised by the possible top 4. Yeah, Igor, I was really surprised because I'd never heard of this Fabrizio. Maybe I've heard of him, but it's definitely the first time I remember seeing Fabrizio. He's really good. I think if he was a little tighter, condition-wise. If Sean Clear and Derek Lynch were both competing in Open Olympia this year, who do you see as top contender for 212? Kamal? Yeah, Kamal's the past champ. He won 3 years ago. Why not? Who's young, Igor? I don't know who you're talking about. Fabrizio? Yeah, it's hard to tell these guys' ages. They're all dieted down and tanned up. They could be 30, they could be 50, you never know. Oh, Fabrizio, yeah. Yeah, Fabrizio has a great future ahead in this division. Brazil is pumping out champions lately because I think from talking to other Brazilian athletes, 25 to 30, the talent was always there, but in all the years that Rafael Santoja was running the IFBB, it was very, very difficult for a Brazilian to turn pro. There was actually no way in the country of Brazil to turn pro. They had to go somewhere else and try to get a pro card. So, yeah, now we're seeing all that talent that was probably there for years and years. We're seeing these people come out of the woodwork, as we say, and really they're starting to really take over the sport the way like the Middle Eastern guys did a few years ago. And we're starting to see some really good guys from Nigeria. Yeah. Victor Hugo, Brazil. Yeah, Brazil's kicking ass, man. Come on. You can't deny it. There's so many great Brazilian athletes. Wellness is obviously dominated by Brazilians. They've always had great bikini competitors, great guys in men's physique. Classic, they have Ramondino. 212, this Fabrizio guy's really good. I don't know who else is from Brazil. We had Eduardo Correa for years and years. He was an amazing 202 and then 212. How is Derek Oslin? Derek's still not as lean. I still want Derek sharper. Yeah, he's probably going to be third or fourth. It's hard to say. I don't know if he's beating Fabrizio. He's got a prettier shape than Fabrizio. Fabrizio's so much bigger, and he was a little bit harder. Derek needed to be harder, and I think Derek needs a little bit more size. Just a few more pounds. just to get a little more pop and fullness next to these guys, because some of these guys are just so thick. It's tough to beat someone like that when you don't have the same level of mass that they do. So we'll see what happens tonight, guys. So the finals are starting just a few hours. There is a pay-per-view. It was a little late being added to Tim's website, timgardnerproductions.com. So a lot of people don't know that there is a pay-per-view. There is a pay-per-view. But of course, we're doing the coverage. I uploaded all our pictures. Yeah, Derek could have been harder. So I sit there right behind the judges, and I instantly upload pictures with the help of the MD coverage team. Chris, Jen, Mike Cox. We upload those immediately. So those are all up on musculardevelopment.com on the Chicago play-by-play thread, my pictures, Antoine for the win tomorrow. And then we have the high-resolution pictures, Hector Mendoza sitting next to me with his, $5,000 camera, not my iPhone. Those will be uploaded. Actually, a bunch of them up right now. They might all be up by right now. So check that out, musculardevelopment.com. You'll see the contest galleries. It'll come right up on the homepage. You'll see the chance to look at it. So that's it, guys. That wraps up judging for day one. Just to reiterate, all the other divisions are tomorrow. So today was uploading as we speak. Thanks, Jen. Igor, in my opinion, Brazilians haven't managed to sell themselves because they can't speak English. Yeah, just learn English. Easy enough. Negotiating with Brazilian supplement companies. Yeah, Brazilian supplement companies pay very, very well, from what I understand. From the couple guys I've talked to and heard, they pay much better than most American supplement companies. Much better. Like Ramondino and Rafael Brandeo, they're making more money than almost any American bodybuilder with a supplement contract. Because Brazil, bodybuilding is just going up and up. It's on the rise. It's getting more and more popular. Whereas in the U.S., I think it kind of hit a peak of popularity years ago, and we're sort of maintaining it. But in Brazil, it's definitely growing. So again, guys, tomorrow, these are Central times in the USA because we're in Chicago. It's 1 hour behind East Coast. 11:30 a.m. tomorrow is going to be judging for fitness, women's bodybuilding, bikini, masters bodybuilding, open men, and then 4 p.m. tomorrow for the finals. Black Skull pays. Yeah, all those companies seem to pay very well. Dark Sport, yeah. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and keep it right here. We're going to have plenty more stuff. I'm going to grab some winner interviews tonight after the show is all wrapped up. And, of course, we have all the pictures on the website, musculardevelopment.com. So thanks for watching, guys. Coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Thanks, High Tech. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.